Hi guys, it's episode 20 or 21. Did the sewage and I'm now gonna cut a tree because I have to wait for the material to arrive. So in this case we're gonna cut a tree with quite a heavy lean. It does lean the correct way. Let me walk a bit farther away. It's always good to walk a bit away with those trees if the risk is a bit higher. So I think it is quite clear that it leans that way, but it also leans, I would say the which tree are we cutting? This tree. It leans also a little bit like this direction. Not that much, but let's not smash the house. That's the goal. put you more back. Not bad. And it is there. Always exciting to cut a tree. I will plant a bunch of trees later, but also didn't go according to plan, because I wanted to drop it that way, but this kept twisting and twisting, so I had to keep cutting here, and then it fell that way. So I wanted to cut it here, but then it would hang in those trees, so I decided for this side, but I guess the tree wanted to go this side. That's why I'm an amateur. Don't listen to me. Don't do what I do. Let's clean this bunch up. The log starts to curve somewhere around the hammer, and it also becomes thinner, so I cut it there. I don't cut it to a certain length, I cut it the longest I can have a straight piece. Because if I would cut this banana, I would throw away most of it, because if you draw a straight line through a banana, you get like one plank out of it. If you cut it there, you get a lot of shorter planks there, and a bunch of planks there. And those are way higher quality because the bark is darker. Okay, let's clean up. I'm not cutting the beam out of that today. Let's clean up this mess. So we're done for today. If you were wondering why I take all those little sticks, I try to cut the grass here at least once a year, preferably twice a year, and the visible parts 3 times a year. So thanks for watching. Another step closer to having a house where there's no chance of a tree falling on in a storm. I want to see walls this year. Walls would be nice. A roof is a dream.